Hello there, welcome to ITV News Central. On tonight's programme, how treatments developed in the Midlands could change the lives of veterans injured in the line of duty.
Most of my scars are hidden on a daily basis, but actually the tethering of scar tissue to muscle tissue can have a real functional impact on how well I can go about my life.
Also tonight, the cars that communicate with each other over the internet and how the Midlands is making it happen.
Albeit a grit-spreading facility where the crews are hoping this coming winter won't be as bad as the last.
We meet the Midlands Brain Box, who's become one of the youngest members of Mensa.
And a weather warning has been issued for somewhere in the UK. The question is it for us? Join me later and I'll let you know.
Good evening. An army veteran who had both his legs blown off by an explosive device in Afghanistan says the treatments being developed at a new medical unit in Birmingham could be a game changer for people like him.
The unit will lead the world in treating the type of wounds sustained in terror attacks. Doctors say they'll soon be able to treat war and terror victims without leaving a scar. Our reporter Danny Crawshaw reports.
Dave Henson lost both of his legs on tour in Afghanistan in 2011. A captain in the Royal Engineers, he trod on a hidden improvised explosive device.
In the early days, it takes an awful lot of time to cope with the way that people look at you. Certainly one thing with living with a condition like this is almost a complete lack of anonymity. You are different from those around you and you are perceived as such.
The centre at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital is pioneering new techniques, including the use of lasers to reduce the scarring on old wounds, such as amputations.
Myself as an amputee, most of my scars are hidden on a daily basis, but actually the tethering of scar tissue to muscle tissue can have a real functional impact on how well I can go about my life. So if we can get rid of that, of those scars and create scar-free healing, I could really consider it from that functional point of view, that if we can get rid of it, then I may not have as many limitations on my life as perhaps I currently do.
More than 480 patients, many of them injured veterans, will take part in research at the site over the next 3 years. So far, the centre's developed a new dressing that it's going to trial, which can be applied in the battlefield.
We developed a material here at Birmingham that basically you can absorb something into that prevents scarring from occurring. The material itself dehydrates and packs very small, and what this means is it can be packed into any kind of first aid kit, rehydrated at the site of injury and applied to the patient, so it's equally relevant to the civilian population as it is to the military.
With more than 6,000 members of the British Armed Forces having been seriously injured or scarred in recent conflicts, and more than 4 million people in the UK living with a physical scar, this research has the potential to make a huge difference.
If we understand why certain people have bad scars and other people have good scars, and then we go to the biology of the of scarring and understand the mechanism of scarring, I think we can then modulate the mechanism and have novel therapies that we don't have today.
The goal is to achieve scar-free healing within a generation. Danny Crawshaw, ITV News.